Ethan Parker was the kind of guy who always typed more than he ever sent. 28. Living in a small apartment in Ohio, working a regular 9 to 5 in customer support for a software company. His life wasn't bad, just quiet. Same coffee, same desk, same let me know if you need anything. To customers who forgot his name 2 seconds later. The one part of his day that actually meant something was her. Olivia Reed. She worked in marketing on the 10th floor, always with a messy bun, an oversized blazer, and a coffee she forgot to drink until it went cold. She wasn't famous, wasn't perfect, but to Ethan, she was exactly the kind of person you fall for slowly, then all at once. They'd been texting for months. At first it was only about work. Hey, can you check ticket number 2349? Sure, give me 5. Also, your slide deck was awesome. Then somehow it turned into, you ever feel like you're meant for something more? Every day, he'd replied, staring at his screen a little too long. They became friends. Memes, late-night rants, small confessions about anxiety and burnout, and the quiet fear of being ordinary forever. But Ethan never told her the one thing he really wanted to say. I think I'm falling for you. So he did what overthinkers do best. He typed it, reread it, deleted it, over and over. One Sunday night, alone in his apartment, laundry half folded on the couch, Netflix asking, "Are you still watching?" Ethan picked up his phone and opened their chat. The conversation from earlier that day was still there. Olivia. Do you ever feel like you're just stuck? Ethan. Yeah, like everyone else is moving forward and I'm buffering. He stared at the blinking cursor, his chest heavy with words he never said to anyone. This time he typed it all out. Olivia. I know this is random, but I need to be honest with you. I look forward to your texts more than anything else in my day. I think about you more than I should. When you say you feel stuck, I wish you could see yourself the way I see you, brave, funny, so much more than you give yourself credit for. I don't want to just be your work friend. I think I'm falling in love with you. His thumb hovered over send. His heart pounded. He thought about every way this could go wrong. She'll be weird around you. She'll stop texting. You'll lose your only real connection. He sighed and selected the whole message. Delete. But his thumb slipped. He didn't hit delete. He hit send. The whoosh sound felt like a gunshot. Ethan's eyes went wide. His stomach dropped so fast he felt nauseous. No, no, no. He scrambled, turning on airplane mode. Too late. The message was already sent. Already delivered. Already seen. The little gray text popped up under his confession. Read 10:41 p.m. His breathing went shallow. His mind raced. She saw it. Oh my God, she saw it. You just ruined everything. Minutes stretched like hours. No reply. He dropped his phone on the couch, pressing his palms into his eyes until they hurt. Why did I do that? Why couldn't I just keep my mouth shut? He thought about sending another message. Sorry, that was meant for someone else, LOL. But even his anxiety knew that was pathetic. Instead, he stared at the silent screen, every second screaming. You're too much. You're too honest. You're too late. 10 minutes. 20. 30. Nothing. He went to bed but didn't sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw the word read burning in his brain. The next morning at work, Ethan arrived earlier than usual to avoid seeing her. He kept his eyes glued to his monitors, pretending the world outside his cubicle didn't exist. His phone buzzed twice on the desk. Olivia Reed. He swallowed hard and picked it up. Olivia. Hey, can we talk on the roof before lunch? Olivia. Please. His chest tightened. She wants to let you down gently. Great. You deserve it. Time crawled to noon. He walked up the stairwell to the roof, every step echoing his heart's panic. When he pushed open the heavy door, he saw her standing near the edge, arms folded around herself, eyes on the city. The sky was bright, but everything felt heavy. Hey, she said softly, turning to face him. Hey, he replied, voice thin. For a second, neither of them spoke. The wind tangled her hair, and she looked exactly like she did in his daydreams. Just less filtered, more real, more nervous. I'm really sorry about that text, Ethan blurted. I didn't mean to make things weird. I was having a stupid emotional moment, and my thumb. Ethan, she cut in. He stopped, embarrassed. She took a deep breath. Do you actually mean it? He couldn't lie now. Not after all that. Yeah, he said quietly. I meant every word. I just never meant for you to see it. Olivia looked down, nodding slowly. For months, she said, voice shaky, I've been telling myself that you were just nice, that I was imagining it. Because every time I got my hopes up, I remembered something. She looked up at him, eyes shining. I remember that people leave. They get bored. They find someone better. So I decided I'd rather keep you as a friend than lose you completely. Ethan's breath caught in his throat. I'm not going anywhere, he said, almost a whisper. Honestly, I'm terrified all the time. Of failing, of not being enough, of saying the wrong thing. But I'm more scared of waking up one day and realizing I never said what I really felt. That I never tried. A tear slid down her cheek. She laughed at herself, wiping it away. Damn it, she sniffed. I told myself I wouldn't cry. Ethan shook his head softly. You're allowed to cry. She stared at him for a long moment, as if searching his face for something, truth, maybe, or courage. Okay, she said. Then I guess I should be honest too. Her hands trembled as she spoke. I haven't been sleeping, she admitted. I've been worrying about my job, my future. I feel like everyone's moving forward and I'm just stuck. The only time I feel less alone is when I'm talking to you. When you text me you've got this. I actually believe it for a second. His chest ached. She gave a nervous half-smile. When I read your message last night I froze. Not because I didn't want it to be true but because I did. He blinked. You did. She laughed softly. I do. Ethan, I've liked you for a while. I just didn't want to be the one who ruined everything. I thought if I said something and you didn't feel the same, it would all fall apart. Ethan stared at her, stunned, like someone had just flipped on the lights in a room he'd been stumbling through for years. So, she continued, when you sent that text by accident, she took a small step closer. It was like the universe hit send for both of us. For the first time that day he laughed. Really laughed. So I didn't ruin everything? He asked. She shook her head. You kind of saved it. The fear in his chest slowly loosened, replaced by something warm and steady. Look, he said, I don't know where this goes. I'm not some perfect guy. I'll overthink, I'll say awkward things. I'll probably text you entire paragraphs at 2 a.m. and then panic. I know, she smiled. That's kind of why I like you. He exhaled, a weight lifting off his shoulders. Can we start slow? He asked. Like real date. Not just we accidentally ended up at the same lunch table kind of thing? She grinned. I was kind of hoping you'd say that. He hesitated, then held out his hand. Hi, I'm Ethan, he said playfully. I accidentally sent you a text and accidentally told you the truth about my feelings. She slid her hand into his, fingers fitting like they'd been waiting for that moment. I'm Olivia, she replied. And I'm really glad you did. That night Ethan lay in bed, staring at the same ceiling he saw every day. But it felt different now. Lighter. They had spent the afternoon talking more honestly than ever before. Fears, dreams, old scars, the pressure to look successful on social media, while feeling totally lost in real life. Nothing magical had happened. No fireworks, no movie soundtrack. Just two people finally telling the truth. Before going to sleep, he picked up his phone and scrolled back to the message that had almost made him delete their entire conversation.